Hello, welcome to Japanese craft beer reviews. Today we're going to continue with a series of beers from Second Story Ale Works, and we've looked at a couple already in this series, and now we're going to look at another one, and after this, the next one will be also from Second Story. And they're a couple of stouts, and they're a little bit different. Well, I'll tell you about it in a second here, but first, Second Story Ale Works is in Tokushima, Japan, on the island of Shikoku, and they started in 2018 and have been bottling since November of 2019. The brewery is run by a couple. And the owner, apparently the owner's parents had a house with a garage, and they put their brewery on the second story over the garage, and hence the name Second Story. You can see pictures of it on their website. The brewery was started by an American man named Pat Brown and his wife. And Pat Brown apparently had been homebrewing since 1993. And they were living in Bend, Oregon, which is very much a beer town with some of the, some very exceptional breweries in that town. Least and not least of all, Deschutes. When they decided to start a brewery and return to Japan, he took a university brewing course, and they came back and opened up their brewery, and they've been going since 2018. They're kind of well known for using local products, local fruit, local barley, things like that in their beers. But a lot of his beers tend to be kind of Northwest influenced, not all. Portland, Oregon, I mean. And on RateBeer, there are 30 beers from this brewery listed, and on Untapped, there are 52 beers, and the average score on Untapped is 3.75, so pretty high overall. And okay, so we're going to take a look at a couple of stouts from Second Story Ale Works, and we'll get going. And here we are with another of Second Story Ale Works beers, and this is a fairly new one, I think. I believe it came out in November of 2020, so it's been out for a while, but it's not, it doesn't have a lot of ratings. This is called Imperial Yoshie, and this is a saison, but it's a 9% saison, and the brewery has made another beer, a saison, which they call Saint Yoshie, and Yoshie, I believe, is the aunt of the owner of the company, and apparently she has a marvelous character, very saintly, and here you can see the extreme power of that coming off of her. And so they call this a super saison. On RateBeer, this one has no ratings at all yet. Untapped, when I checked, there were 14 ratings, and the average was 3.77 out of 5. Okay, so they call it a super saison, and it's supposed to be somewhere between a saison and a Belgian strong ale. And a lot of these kind of imperial or Belgian strong ales are named after the devil. Belgian strong ales like Double or Satan or Mephistopheles or things like that. So they have a kind of devil sort of inspired name. But this is named after a saintly aunt. Okay, so the ingredients include malt and hops, and okay, so this should be fine. I'm curious about the strength, though, the alcoholic strength. Saisons usually don't come in that high, but they're doing some interesting things at Second Story Ale Works. They're farmhouse saisons are absolutely marvelous. And let's try this one. Imperial Yoshie. Okay, so it's kind of a medium dark gold amber color with a solid finger of kind of off-white head, not quite tan, a little bit sticky. Oh my. Okay. Clearly the Belgian yeast is there. Some nice fruity esters rising up. Something like the sweet orange. It tastes just like what you'd think it would. It's got the saison notes for sure. But the fruitiness seems thicker and deeper and richer than usual with the saison. Perhaps a bit sweeter too as well. There's a bit of kind of pepperiness in mid-palate. Very interesting. Yeah, the finish is not quite as dry as many saisons would be. It has a kind of honey aspect to it too. It's very sweet. Not very sweet, but it's sweeter than most saisons, I think. The alcohol is not terribly apparent. There's a bit of warmth, but you don't taste the alcohol, that's for sure. So they've kind of hidden that up. There's some spiciness in mid-palate too, and I don't know what it is. I think on the website they mentioned clove, but I don't quite get that. Maybe clove, I don't know. Is that just power of association? I'm not sure. This is very nice. It's richer, heavier, sweeter than most saisons. It doesn't finish quite dry and crisp, but it certainly is imperial. And yeah, this deserves wider recognition, I think. Once again, this is called Imperial Yoshie, and it's a 9% saison, or they call it a super saison, from Second Story Ale Works. I hope you will check out their website. Second Story has a lot of things for sale, and they have 2 mix packs you can get of different types of beers, and in addition you can order bottles of their farmhouse saison japonica, which is absolutely marvelous. This is one of the top beers I had last year. So I have a playlist of Second Story Ale Works. You can go check those out and see the different beers I have had. And if you like, check out the my best of the year for 2020, and I included their saison in their farmhouse saison in that as well. Okay, well, we're going to move on, and we have one more beer from Second Story Ale Works. It's a 12% stout, and I'm looking forward to that. We'll do that real soon, and I hope you're taking care of yourself. Stay healthy. Please subscribe to the channel, and we'll do a lot more beers together. Okay, bye-bye.